All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have Chelsea Deho right here with us, and Kaidi Ladende is also right here, done with a beautiful green outfit. All right, moving on to our next conversation. Despite past ongoing and planned interventions, it appears the gladiators in the political crisis rocking Rivers State are bent on a war with no retreat or no surrender. In another twist to the political impasse, 4 lawmakers of the State House of Assembly who earlier appealed for the withdrawal of the impeachment notice against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu formally withdrew their appeal. The 4 lawmakers joined their colleagues to express concern over what they described as the Governor Fubara's defiant posture in the face of what they termed serious constitutional infractions. The Assembly has directed the State Chief Judge to immediately constitute a 7-member panel to investigate allegations of gross misconduct against Governor Fubara and his deputy, insisting on pushing ahead with the impeachment process when the House resumed plenary in Port Harcourt. Now let's hear from them.
So you recall, we made a plea to our colleagues to seek for a political solution to this impasse that is going on between the Assembly and the Governor of Rivers State. During the pendency of this appeal, we found out that the Governor and the Deputy Governor, they have all employed their media boys and aides to continuously attack the Rivers State House of Assembly instead of seeking for the political solution which we offered. It is on this basis that I, Honorable Silvana Swankwo, and my fellow colleague here, Honorable Peter Abe, is saying that the impeachment proceedings should continue.
We have resolved to proceed with the impeachment process. We had earlier taken a position to consider a political solution, but the governor and deputy governor are ignoring us. They are insisting that they will not govern in line with the Constitution and that nothing will happen.
I'm from Andoni, the same federal constituency with the governor. People should stop bringing tribal sentiment. It's not by emotion. It's to look into the allegation one by one and check if there was any infringement on the Constitution.
This voting, the Rivers State House of Assembly has resolved that investigations against allegations of gross misconduct leveled against His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara, Governor of Rivers State, should proceed to the next level, which is investigation.
All right, gentlemen, the situation in Rivers State. Before we go into that, a new development. We heard that the Rivers State High Court in Oyibo local government area, sitting in Port Harcourt, has issued an interim order of injunction against the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Amaewhule-led, and 32 others, including the Clerk of the House and Chief Judge. I mean, now that the court has issued an interim order, an interim injunction, where do we go from?
Interim. Interim is interim. I mean, it's not a permanent.
It's not a permanent thing. Exactly. Yes, we know.
So the interim will expire. I mean, how many?
14 days.
14 days. So that let them look at it. But again, I think whether it's section 143, I can't remember this one. This about the impeachment of the governor and the vice and deputy. I don't think the Constitution allows you to say there should be a stay of action because there's a word used shall constitute. So if you say shall constitute, can a court stop the chief judge from carrying out the constitutional provision that are given to it? So that's also another angle that the lawyers will have to help us.
So we need to know if that order is binding.
Exactly, because when you look at it, the Constitution is supreme. Is the grand norm of all the laws that we have here. True. So if the Constitution says that after they have it shall settle. So would the court now say that it cannot carry out what the Constitution says? What the Constitution gives to him. So that's why I said I'm not a lawyer. We only report matters and not legal matters and not that. So, but having said that, I think where we are now, even as a journalist, if I say I'm not confused, I'm more confused than even the everyday people when it has to do with Rivers State matter, because today you think you know what is happening. tomorrow another thing will come out. Then you now begin to look, and sometimes they are even disconnected. So where should I go from here? Now, four members say, "Oh, we are let us pursue peace." How many days later? No, because they look at what I said. They ignored us. Can you use test linguistics
because the thing
look at ignore us means what?
We need to look at it from this.
Do you understand?
Because these four lawmakers, they called for peace, they called for a political solution, and all of that. The question is, what changed?
No, I said that lady that spoke.
Yes.
Said the governor ignored us. Can you underline that? Ignored us. What were they expecting the governor to do? Call them as the minority people. Say, okay. Let us pursue the people. Okay, you come. Now you are on my side or something. Or the governor didn't do that. So that's why I said it's a whole lot. When you look at it, the more you look at it, the more confusing it is. But I think at the end of the day, when there are one or two persons within them that is looking towards the seat of the governor. And those people, or that person, now, you can see the interest. The interest is very high.
It's very high. Kakaide, you are the executive editor. I believe you are not confused. All right? They ignored us.
You know what the other mean? Ignored
us.
Okay, I mean, analyze that. Ignored us.
Why do you think they reversed it?
I think the point is this. I will be pretending here to say that I'm surprised with what transpired today. Okay. In fact, I have my record. If you want me to show you my phone, I was on a deep conversation with some of my classmates in school, and they were telling me, it's over, it's over. I said, so 4 people have already approached. I said, shh. You know why I said, shh? This could be a game. I'm not categorically sure that this 4, because I have this subconscious that this 4 was part of the game. Let it be to the populace who said Wike and his boys are bent on removing the governor. Let them see the other side. That some lawmakers even called for peace, called for truce. It could be a game. You know, I'm a literature student, so I know.
Add to it that one of them is even from Wike's home ground.
Do you get one? Number 2, one even had to say, I'm an Ijaw man. This is not a fight against an Ijaw person. So the script is well-reaching. There is anticlimax, and the must be undulating. So I feel that the governor is, because, for example, I'm begging on your behalf. Until you come out to say, I am sorry, let's come to peace, I will not take your emissary so serious. Do you get my point? So for me, until the governor actually says, hey, he's telling his supporters, calm down. He's not telling the lawmakers, let's jojo. He's not telling the lawmakers, you have a legitimate anger, let's address it. As long as the governor ignores, not the woman now, ignores the lawmakers, allegation of gross misconduct, this is what is expected. In fact, people started doing a lot of conjecture because in 7 days was yesterday, and they concluded that it's a done deal.
But gentlemen, if you remember last week, the governor was in church, and he called for calm.
To who? He called
for calm, that everybody should calm down. And it shows that kind of confidence that maybe the governor believes that there could still be a way to resolve this.
The way to call for calm is to respond to this. If he has responded to it and he calls them and he has this olive branch spread to them, trust me, maybe the case would have been better. But I don't know what is in their hearts. They could be hell-bent to say that it has to go to impeachment. That's where he's going now. Now, whose interest? Why are we having the governor being planned to be removed and the deputy at the same time?
We are going to get to that part.
Okay, I wish you have the time.
Yeah, we are going to get to that part. Ade, calling in from London. Ade, you have the floor now.
Hello, my brothers.
Yes. Good evening.
My contribution to this is very easy. Me, I don't like somebody to betray anybody. I want to advise the State Assembly members, if they are listening to me now. They are read now that they have gone to court. There is a Supreme Court judgment that no court can interfere with impeachment process. That's number 1. Number 2, let the State Assembly get the Senior Advocate of Nigeria to file a suit in Federal High Court in Abuja to stop the allocation. So when the governor doesn't see money to spend, then we will hand the Supreme Court. that they will remove him. Thank you.
Oh dear.
This is party to the fight. On a very serious note, you know my worry
you talked
is
about something that why are they? I thought it's the governor that they should.
Sorry, before we go into the politics, I want to also toe the line of this man, and that's the fact that do you stop an arm of government from performing its constitutional duty, which is one of these is impeachment, by another arm of government, the judiciary, telling them, hold forth. Do you understand? I'm not preempting what should be the right thing, but I think not everything should be, you should use your power to do. He was even magnanimous to say, Shebi is interim. 14 days will come and go. But beyond the 14 days, I think the governor should start counting the 14 days, whatever his plan is. Because after 14 days, the chief judge of the state is expected to give us a 7-man panel, that will now investigate and come up with a report.
We also we have some Tamuno calling in from Port Harcourt. Tamuno, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, my brother.
Tamuno, give us a feel. How's Port Harcourt like, or how's River State like?
Reporter.
Port Harcourt is very calm. We are used to the tense. We are now seeing the tense as a normal atmosphere. But let me just contribute one or two.
Please do.
I want to, I was one of the strong supporters of the governor.
Okay.
But along the line, when I noticed the people around the governor are not advising the governor well. Because why I'm saying this, you had the opportunity when the 4 members of the House of Assembly appealed with their colleagues. What are you supposed to do as a leader? You're supposed to dive into the situation, see how you can use that atmosphere to call all of them and settle this issue as a leader. One thing I noticed about the governor does not want to settle this issue, because if he really wants to settle this issue, he wouldn't have been going to the president, agree to 1 or 2 things, and come back and be doing otherwise. Okay, now look at what happened today. After the impeachment proceeding, the letter was sent to the chief judge. All of a sudden, they went to the state high court in Ojibo to go and obtain another ex parte. Ex parte that has been causing so many issues. Separation of powers. The court does not have the legal power to interfere in the business of the legislature. Okay. That is very, very, I don't know who is advising the governor all these things. So all these things are very, very wrong.
Okay.
These are very, very wrong. So if he knows what to do, for him to call he's the leader. Call the guys, sit them down and agree to 1 or 2 things. If not, the governor will be impeached. Like what this man
all right, thank you so much, Tamuno.
Everyone will not fall. Let him do the right thing so that they will not impeach him. Because if they impeach him, nothing will happen.
If they impeach the governor,
the thing for me, some people may not like this. The governor appears to be how do I say that? There's this political naivety that I see in him. Because the
is that an excuse?
No, but it's about undoing him. You understand? Like what Tamuno said, the governor, there were windows for you to have explored. Bring them together, see how you can even show up your support base by quickly, not ignoring those 4 that I mentioned just now. That's number 2, is that when the governor defected to the APC, it became a party affair.
Yes.
I would have expected him to also use that window to say, okay, oh boy, I know we have a quarter, but this is a party thing. Can we come together to see how to build the APC? Use the APC as a vehicle, a special purpose vehicle for you to now look at it. Yeah, I know we have our differences, but this is our party. How do we grow it? Now he's the leader of the party and all that. But he also didn't do that. Now, as we speak, the assembly members did behave as if they are PDP. As if they are opposition House of Assembly members. So the governor himself has several opportunities where he could have, brought them and see how he could poach and bring to his side. But it just became as if he had a godfather.
We have just 1 minute to round off this conversation.
All right.
The president. Should the president be involved?
Not
for
the president
the third time now.
Yes, but the party in the state led by Peter Okocha should be the
Tony
first.
Okocha.
Tony Okocha should be the first to first of all wade into the matter. But I mean, all the reports I've got, there's no. Is it Tony Okocha? There's no.
Tony is fully with Wike now.
But he was the first person who went to go and congratulate the governor.
Leave that matter. Tony is following Wike to all the rallies, and even the one that was held yesterday that we covered, we saw Tony with the APC.
An APC man.
Sir, can I quickly say this on record? The man Wike and his team saw ahead. This wasn't a case of Amaewhule working with the governor. They went ahead to join the party because they already anticipated that the governor was coming to the party. There is no leader without followers. Yes. Mr. Governor, you are the #1 citizen of APC, but who are your followers? Who are listening to you?
All right, gentlemen, just sheath your swords, okay? We have Kolawole calling in. Kolawole, let's talk.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm calling from Ikoyi.
Okay, let's talk.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening to you.
And Mr. Orechegun.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah. The last time, that was last week, I told you people, I said Fubara is gone, that the president will not wade in again. I'm a staunch APC member. A father does not wade in into an issue 3 times. First time, second time, you disobey the arrangement. Let me give you a point now. Fubara has been holding the legislator money for how many years now? 2 years plus.
All right, thank you.
He now diminished them.
Thank you.
Sending 100,000 to them.
Thank you.
But it's not true.
Thank you very much. All right, gentlemen, we need to quickly pay some bills, okay? And when we return, our final conversation will be up. All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. Now straight to our final conversation. Most times, keeping silent in the face of evil or expressing tacit sympathy for evildoers can fuel endless crises as Nigeria intensifies the war against insecurity. The Minister of Defense, retired General Christopher Musa, has warned Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and others sympathetic to terrorists and bandits to stop their subversive endeavor. Speaking during an official visit to Maiduguri, Borno State, General Musa said a friend of a thief is a thief, cautioning them against providing overt or covert support to criminal elements seeking to destabilize the country. The minister said those engaged in acts of terrorism and banditry did not represent any form of regional, ethnic, or religious brotherhood. Okay, the defense minister's statement that a friend of a thief is a thief.
I agree with you.
In your opinion, what does this signal?
It means that they may be closing in on Sheikh Gumi because he's been talking for too long. He's been giving overt and covert support to criminalities. There was even a time that he was even comparing the Eastern, the IPOB and the bandits in the north. And then he also say, we know what he says, that when they said, please, those people in the bush, the forest, they are our brothers. Our brothers. Criminals are your brothers. And then he said the country also needs them. We still need, they are very important to the existence of Nigeria. All these things, when you look at the way this is going, then the question we ask is that what does Gumi know that we don't know? That's a question to be asked. What do you know? Why are you so interested in these criminals? Always going every time, the welfare of them and all that. And everybody, even some very powerful northern politicians and leaders, I even said what they're doing is not even paid. The North is not even gaining from what they're doing. You understand? What does Gumi know? Why is Gumi so interested in the retainer, if you will, of criminality in the north? And also, okay, leave them. Why is he calling his brother? That's what he said. If you say they are your brothers, it means that if a brother, a friend to a chief, is also a thief.
That's aiding and abetting if you look at the technical word. But do you agree with the minister, that public sympathy for violent groups be treated as a matter of national security?
Yes, and absolutely yes. So, before now, we've been conditioned to think that we are not initiated when it comes to security issues. We've been told that we don't know what goes on in terms of negotiation, in terms of how people are being released, and therefore the significant role that Gumi is playing. But coming from the Minister of Defense, I think it has now given us some sense of sanity to know that we were not actually wrong in the first place. What Gumi is doing is absolutely condemnable. It is being condemned even by Saudi government. You remember that one of his trips was truncated because of the kind of public statements that he makes. So I even recall that when we discussed it, somebody jumped on us online and began to say that we don't know what we are saying. We know what we are saying. And what we are simply saying is what the Minister of Defense is saying is absolutely spot on. So, but we don't expect the Minister of Defense to just say it at an event. We expect him to match it with action. I know the Gumi is going to respond to this. Is he going to release some statement? But I think this is the high time we showed him that the power of the state is bigger than any individual, irrespective of who you are.
Charles said something. Is there something Sheikh Gumi knows that we don't know?
I almost said two.
Because I really do not get that point.
We don't want to get it again. The Minister of Defense should not, these words should not be mistaken, should not even be analyzed any further. There should not be any sympathy for those people who are holding a community to ransom, terrorists who are telling people and they are telling we are coming to kill you and they kill people. Excuse me, even for killing a life, such a person does not deserve sympathy. The state should win his big sticks.
And Gumi is carrying on as if he's invincible. Because when you look at his very toxic statement and all that, it's as if, come catch me if you can. That kind of posture, that kind of persona.
He's going to respond.
That kind of persona. Come catch me if you can. But I will say what I'm saying. Because, but I think as you said, I love what you said, that this is just not about, we should walk the talk. If Gumi is arrested and questioned for him to give the country what he knows, is it that the country is going to burn down or something? Is Gumi bigger than Nigeria, the Nigerian state? Is Gumi even bigger than the Sultan of Sokoto?
What intel does he have that the DSS do not have?
What does he have that? So I think for now, if the security agencies, they know, maybe they have even a modicum level of intelligence or evidence to say that this guy may be an accomplice or something. They should take him and then bring him in for questioning.
But don't you think that it's not just Gumi that does this kind of statement? How about other influential?
No, there may be people beating the drum in the bush.
Exactly. They should go after those people.
If you hold him, then question him, he may be able to.
Not just some politicians who also, show support
as if he's invisible. Nobody is invisible. No single individual or group can be more powerful than the government.
Absolutely.
Because the government that is there in place, using the collective mandate of over 200 million people, you can't be greater than that.
Absolutely.
And is Gumi also happy that every time we are losing men and officers in the war front and all that? Is Gumi also happy that Nigeria, even particularly, has been able to advance, even education and all the rest?
All right, gentlemen.
So he should be taking it.
All right, gentlemen. I wish we had more time, for us to discuss this matter, because especially the River State matter. But time is money. We need to go now. Kaidi Ladede, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Beautiful outfits, the green, but
I think it's Martin from the middle of the Eagles or something.
And also, Charles Adele, thank you so much.
Eagles for life.
Thank you so much. All right, then, I think it's a fine place for us to leave it, and that's Journalist Hangout for this week. A repeat version will be played by 11 o'clock this evening. My name is Benga Oreshegun. Thank you so much for joining us, and God bless Nigeria.